This is a TKO victory for Shakur Stevenson, and he is a two-division world champion. An absolute A+ performance from Shakur.
He probably was talking to Terrence Crawford here. Let me read this. There's Terrence Bud Crawford. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Very impressive performance by Shakur Stevenson, new WBO 130-pound champion. I'm TstreeT Controversy. We're going to pull up the scorecards. As you can see, it wasn't personal, just business. You know what's crazy? Shakur Stevenson is making $1.7 million. Here, let me pull it up real quick. And Jamel Herring 1.5 for a TV fight. Now, in this day and age, that's pretty crazy. You know, because normally for fighters to be able to make that type of money, it would have to be on pay-per-view, in some, promotions. Let's just leave it at that. But here's the thing. Jamel Herring is going to be 36 years old next week, the 30th of October. How do you rate his career so far, and if he should continue or not? Because here's the thing. If he stays at 130, does he go after the IBF, maybe try to win that? Like what's the path? And he's already flirted with retirement before. Now, in this case, he is 12 years older, you might as well say rounded off, than Shakur Stevenson. Young, faster, stronger, even though Jamel Herring is the bigger fighter. We'll go listen to the post-fight interviews. There's Bob Arum in the ring. We're going to talk about the rankings and how weird the 130-pound division is right now. And you know what's coming to mind? Even though Shakur Stevenson, it's going to be a lot of talk about, well, how would he do against these guys? Think about it like this. In the landscape that we're in boxing right now, we are probably never going to see Shakur Stevenson against guys, at least two or more of the names I'm going to mention. Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Because I think 135 pounds is closer than we may think. So now I'm two-division champion, 17-0 with 9 KOs. Obviously top-ranked fighter under the tutelage of Jay Prince. Jamel Herring now 23-3 with 11 KOs, stopped by Ladarius Miller. And who else? This guy, Sharikov, I believe it was. How do you pronounce his name that stopped him? Shafarkov, I forgot how to pronounce that. Now I'm being stopped by Shakur Stevenson, and I'm wondering because, you like, is it because here? Let me turn it up. Is it because
17-0, the best he's been. 99 power punches landed, a 164-87 edge. Dre, your final thoughts.
Great performance. If you have criticism and you have people that are asking questions about you, are you really the guy? Should you be comparing yourself to some of the previous greats? This is how you answer those questions with your performance. He walked it like he talked it. He backed up the big talk. Jamel Herring tried to stay in there. He tried to respond, but it was just too much Shakur Stevenson tonight.
Remember, post-fight coverage is coming up in moments on ESPN+. Timmy.
All I'm going to tell you is that the great...
So here's the problem I have, right? Just to get a little bit. So this broadcast here on ESPN Plus is about to end. This is the replay because I fell asleep last night because they keep putting these main events on 12 midnight and after on the East Coast. Like, they got to fix that, and then this is a fight that took place down in Atlanta. So what they do is when you go to watch on ESPN Plus, they cut off the post-fight shit, for the state of boxing. So now we got to do a jump cut so we can listen to Shakur Stevenson post-fight interview. So as I was saying here, let me pull up the scorecards for you before we head over there. Frankly, I had it a shutout, and like the commentators, you can only really make a case for round number 5, really. And here's the thing. When you're looking at the scorecards, right? Where was the fuck up at? Let me see. Let me try to find it. I can't see this. It's too small. Damn it. Hold on. Ed Canner. So pretty much all the judges had it a shutout for, well, 2 of the 3 judges had a complete shutout for Stevenson. Complete shutout. But round 1, where Jamel Herring didn't do anything, this Ed Canner dude gave round 1 to Herring. That was you know, weird, right? A little bizarre. And also, let me make sure I had the purses right, because it may be vice versa. Let's see here, where we at? By the way, take the time out, like the video, subscribe. Bob Arum seems to want Oscar Valdez, WBC 130-pound champion, now the rival, you know, of belt rival of Shakur Stevenson, to take on Emmanuel Navarrete, who would be moving up from after winning Shakur Stevenson vacant 126-pound belt, moving from being WBO 122-pounder, now wants to go to 130 and fight Oscar Valdez and Navarrete. Now, I understand, you know, it's more money in that fight than Shakur Stevenson both versus either of those guys, because it's going to be the big Mexican showdown. But to me, you're just prolonging. It's like, you know, so is this just a pit stop for Shakur Stevenson? You know, because it's like, why are they not trying to unify? I'm not saying Stevenson, but why is Top Rank like, you know what, okay, the winner of that, we're going to go after the winner of Valdez versus Navarrete? Because when you look at the rankings, it's really going to make you wonder, okay, well, who's next for Shakur Stevenson? Because remember, he has to fight somebody in the top 15 of his WBO rankings. Hold on, let me get these purses for you, make sure that I had it right. Don't want me putting bad information out there. Oh, duh, it's on my profile. By the way, follow me over on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. Simple, that's me right there. My 3rd Twitter account, after being booted for some questionable, controversial tweets, I'm a little bit too hardcore. Where's this doggone thing at? Let's take a jump cut. Take a time out, like the video, subscribe.
Welcome to the state of boxing in Atlanta, Georgia, where Shakur Stevenson just had a breakout performance. Shakur, we had asked you before, was Jamel Herring the man to bring out the best in you? Did he?
Most definitely. I feel like Jamel Herring is a great fighter. He's tough. He's real tough. He got great boxing skill. He got great power. I was just a better man tonight.
What was said after the fight? Because there was a lot said before, and I know that it's gamemanship, and I know that there's no friends, but what was said after the fight?
I mean, it was no friends because we was fighting. But now that we're not fighting, I love Jamel Herring. He's definitely my friend. I don't got no problem with Jamel. Hey, to his wife, I'm sorry. I don't want no trouble with you. She's tough.
Yeah, she doesn't mess around, but neither did you tonight. What was it about your performance that made you happiest?
I want to thank Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley was criticizing me, calling me boring. So I wanted a fun fight. I wanted to perform, show my skill, show my boxing skill, my defense, my power. I showed everything tonight.
You did. What was most impressive is you were standing in front of Jamel Herring, and much like you have been able to do throughout your career, you were unhittable for parts of the fight. When did you know you had this fight won?
Around like the 5th round. 5th round. I had landed everything. I was winning clearly. And then he started trying to come on. And when he started trying to come on, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a break, and then step it back up later.
Jamel, his left eye started to swell early, but then that cut happened. What did you think when you saw that blood streaming from his face?
I smelled blood. I saw he was bleeding. I'm like, okay, I got to attack the cut. So every punch I was looking for, I was trying to touch the cut, just to make the doctor stop it.
The first title you ever won was a vacant belt. This one you had to take from another fighter. How did that feel?
It felt amazing. I want to be a superstar in the sport. I'm here to last. I take my craft very serious. I'm disciplined. I did a strong camp. I want to thank my team, Coach Wally Moses, Jack, Dirk, Kay. I had a strong team. They got me prepared for this, and we was in the gym grinding.
Everyone talks about...
I love my family and friends, too. I appreciate y'all.
Everyone talks about the young princes, kings, whatever you want to call them, at 135 who don't step into the ring against one another. But here at 130, there's champions who want to fight. Who do you want to fight?
I mean, there's only one fight left at the end of the day. It's the biggest fight in the division. Oscar can't keep ducking. It's time for him to fight. It's me versus Oscar Valdez. There's nothing else to look forward to. The 130-pound division, we need to unify. Let's get it.
That's exactly what boxing needs. Shakur, one last message to your fans who came out in force here in Atlanta.
I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Oh, yeah, shout out to Jay Prince, Antonio Leonard, Andre Ward, Josh Dubin, everybody. I appreciate everybody that helped me out.
Thank you very much, Shakur. Congratulations. Enjoy your victory tonight. And one last hug from Jamel Herring. Jamel, we've seen this story before. A fighter who just steps in against a young man with a dream and with talent. What was it like to be in there with Shakur Stevenson tonight?
First of all, I just want to thank God for allowing me to still compete at a high level, such as this magnitude in a great fight. Congrats to Shakur Stevenson. Also, like I said, I just want to apologize to everybody back in, Gordon Heights Quorum. I tried for y'all. Shout out to my man, Coach Lev at Triple Threat in Colorado Springs. Everybody in Omaha, Nebraska, United States Marine Corps. My apologies. I tried.
Nothing to apologize. You are all class as always. But describe to me what it's like to have Shakur in the ring, because the statistics don't lie, and he's been virtually unhittable his entire career.
He's just sharp. He's sharp and slick. His eye coordination is very good. I'm not taking it to the room. No excuses. He was just the better man tonight. I started slow, but after a while, I see that like I said yesterday, I can't do the chess match with him, so I had to, bite down and show that grit and push forward.
Bo, that was part of your game plan, was to take the fight to him. He was able to do it in spots, but what was it about Shakur that he just was able to overcome?
Younger, faster, he was sharp. He was sharp tonight. And I take my hat off to Kay, Papa, Shakur, Dirk, the whole team over there.
You talked about him hopefully slowing down, but yet he didn't. What about him standing in the ring and holding his ground tonight?
Hey, I didn't expect that. I thought he was going to move like his last fight and his other couple fights. But, hey, they had a good game plan. He executed, and he got the win.
And now, Jamel, we've seen you deal with cuts before. What's next for you?
I think I'm my family, man. Like, I don't know. I mean, of course, my man Bomac wants me just to, wipe myself off and go back to the gym. There's no quitting me. I've been labeled everything. But I wanted to show that, no matter what, I push through anything. No matter what adversity, I'll push through everything. But at the same time, I do got to think about my family, especially my two daughters with autism. I gotta start looking out for more of them. Of course, I'll put myself through hell and back, but at the end of the day, I gotta start thinking about the people that really care about me and love me. And like I said, no one expected me to get this far, and I'm just grateful. But I just gotta wait and see. I gotta wait and see what happens next.
Well, you got a bright career as a broadcaster as well, something that you've dabbled in. But when was that?
Nothing.
but when it comes to it, what future do you see for Shakur Stevenson here at 130?
I told him just to take over. Just go take over and continue being great. No hard feelings. Like I said, we made up. We're now friends. I will call him more, I think. But like Shakur's gonna do great things. I had nothing against him. I know everybody had a bad picture of him, but he's not a bad dude. He's a good kid, and that's why I never took it personal. But I just hope that Shakur can continue doing what he want to do and get the bigger fights, and I'll enjoy being a fan, watching from behind the scenes.
Thank you very much for everything. Always a Marine. Jamel Herring, Joe, we send it to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, right there, that sounds like, maybe one more fight and he's done, or he may be done after this. And as I already said, he was flirting with it before, and his wife was up in arms on social media after the Jonathan Oquendo fight. But then again, a lot of people felt he quit. And, he knows how the shit works. He was getting slaughtered on social media. I don't mean to laugh, But, he got a crazy payday. So, $1.5 million, reported. No telling how much more he got. You know, for this not to be a pay-per-view fight, you know, to get purses like that is pretty crazy. You know, also to bitch and complain a little bit, I am not a fan of rap ring walkouts. You know, it was a star-studded event. I think I saw Michael B. Jordan up in there. Kanye West was there. Jadakiss, whoever Quavo is. I don't listen to none of this new rap shit. I'm not into all that. I know who Kanye is. I know who Jay Prince is. You know, but all these other people, I don't understand. Their clothes are just too tight. These new rappers, you know, they own some shit these days. Anyway, I'm not saying shit should be hanging off your ass, but anyway, I'm just not into it. So now let's go dissect the ratings. I think, you know, this is the fight to make. 30-0 with 23 KOs. He had a shit ton of social media bullying himself because of the whole herbal tea scandal, failing a VADA test, you know, adding another stain to the Canelo stable, you know, because people think they're juicing up in there. You know, they think they're juicing. I don't make the fucking rumors. You know, I'm just reporting the news. You know, in his last fight against Robin Consacao, he didn't look good. Some people say he even got a gift, you know. But looking at the division as a whole, okay, let me break it down for you. All right, boom, WBO champion. This is still vacant. I don't know what's going on with this, but it was supposed to be Rakhmonov versus Ogawa. This fight is this belt has been cursed ever since Tevin Farmer lost it. But we don't know what's going on with that, so that's vacant. Colbert, PBC fighter, is going to be facing Roger Gutierrez, a Golden Boy fighter. And that's going to be for the only WBA title. If you don't know about the WBA situation, I'm tired of explaining it, but briefly, they have to get rid of all of their underling belts. And you have Oscar Valdez, who doesn't have a mandatory right now, and on his way, it looks like him and Navarrete, if Top Rank and Bob Arum is saying they want to make that fight, then I believe that they're going to make it against Navarrete, who's down here, WBO. And frankly, probably because Navarrete can't unify unless he fights Kid Galahad, and maybe Top Rank doesn't want to go that way. It's a fight that would have to happen with both. Who's Galahad with? Who's Barry with? Is Barry with Matchroom, or is he with MTK over on the Boxer series? Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is Top Rank wants a nice sellable in-house fight where you can get a whole bunch of, you know, like, I mean, I would accept it. It would sell to me, you know, but I'd rather see a unification than an exciting fight. That's just me, you know. But overall, I think that Shakur Stevenson, you know, if he doesn't unify, you know, maybe he has one fight, you know, and then the winner of Navarrete Stevenson fight, and they make it even a little bit bigger. But looking at the 130-pound division, what is going to be his next interim fight? And who's going to be the next mandatory? So if he doesn't fight for unification, it has to be somebody in this top 15 right here. And it's just like, bro, you know? I don't like when fighters take steps back when they fight somebody in a fight of this caliber, and then they go down and start fighting underling fights and shit, you know? No disrespect to these fighters in the WBO top 15, but I'm just saying, you know, I mean, really, you know, like, and knowing Top Rank, they would probably make him versus Abraham Nova. He's in the Top Rank, right? And then fighting on those cards. If it's a voluntary, you know, maybe they reach out to Golden Boy about Lamont Roach, but frankly, there's nothing there. You know, 130 pounds is, you know. So, but at 135, the guys like Devin Haney and Teofimo, they'll be at 140 by time Shakur Stevenson moves up to 135. Tank Davis seems as though he's going to settle in at 135. You got Lomachenko up at 135. You know, I would love to see Shakur Stevenson versus Lomachenko. That's a fight that can realistically happen. You know, but they want to make sure if that happens, it's going to be for a belt. You know, just my personal opinion, though. Terrence Crawford just came and gave Shakur Stevenson some love. Anyway, on TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. Take a time out, like the video, subscribe down below. In the description box, I put some links to the WBC app powered by the Vive Network. One for Android, Apple, and Roku. Also, take a time out, please. Like the video, and follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. And the website with the rankings, my website, FightView360.com. The link is down below in the description box.